Okay, here's the new Elrod mask I just got from Trick or Treat Studios. I hope you just liked those shots of me wearing it. I'm sure there's going to be someone, even though I didn't show my entire body, there's going to be someone who can tell those were trench coats. I know he doesn't wear a trench coat in the movie. They just look better than my coveralls do, so I decided to wear them instead. But yeah, this is a really nice mask. Right away, I just want to say the hair doesn't look like this when you first buy it. I used hair gel to twist chunks of the hair like this, where it flares out on the side, and then I sprayed the rest of it with clear spray paint so it doesn't blow around and stuff just from me walking, because the hair is so soft that just walking around the hair kind of blows back, like even if there's no wind, just from the air pushing past you while you're walking. That's how like fluffy the hair is, so I just put clear spray paint on it so that it wouldn't do that. It's still flexible, I guess, but it doesn't fly back like that now. It kind of stays the way it is. But yeah, this looks amazing, especially for the price. You can get these on trickortreatstudios.com. Eventually I'd like to get the hospital mask also that they do, but I'm not as fond of that. I do like the look of this more, but I might eventually get it just to have it. And also, I don't think it's in any of my videos, but I had the Halloween 2 mask. This actually is a Halloween 2 mask, but it's a loophole Halloween 1. I mean, it's obviously based off of the first movie. But the Halloween 2 mask to me doesn't really look like the mask from Halloween 2. But if you kind of scrunch the nose on this, that looks, to me at least, exactly like the Halloween 2 mask. So eventually I'd like to get a second one of these and find a way to keep the nose scrunched like that and weather it accordingly to the movie. A couple very small complaints I have about this mask. I mean, it's still an amazing mask, just very small. I feel like where the cheeks are, it depends too much on the paint to be able to see them. If there wasn't gray airbrushing there, you wouldn't even be able to see them. I mean, if I run my finger over, I can't feel them, that they're sculpted on. But if it wasn't for the paint, you wouldn't even see them because it's so slightly sculpted on. Same with the lips. They are sculpted on, but if it wasn't for the gray paint, you wouldn't even tell they were there. It would just look like a slit in the mouth. The inside of the eyes are painted black. There's a nice pinhole there. It's actually a real hole in the mask instead of just a sculpted hole. This is a smaller mask. I kind of have a small head, or I guess I have like an average size head, and it fits me very well. The Halloween 2 mask for me was way too big on me. That's more of an adult size mask. This is like a small adult or teenager size mask, I guess. I might be wrong. I think this is like a 24-inch mask, maybe 23. I know my head is about 23 inches, so this might be 24 because there's still a bit of space in there. But yeah, this is definitely a really good mask. Oh yeah, also some of the other things that bother me just a little bit, like if you're, it doesn't really bother me, it's still a nice mask either way, but if you're a huge fan, then something you might want to be aware of. In the movie, you can see where the hair was glued on, there was a clear line, and on this, the hair is glued on where the front piece is down and then it's flipped back. So it looks like a more realistic hairline, but on the original mask, it's more like the Halloween 2 mask where you can see where it was glued on. That really doesn't bother me too much, but that is something that's not accurate to the movie that might bother some people. Also, the glue marks from where the sideburns were isn't on here. That's something that they actually, as far as I can remember, I don't have it right here with me, but from what I remember, that is on the Halloween 2 mask, but not on this one for some reason. These do look a little different depending on whose video you watch. Mine, like the eyes on mine look a little wider apart, but I see it in other videos and they look a little closer together, and it's the same mask. I mean, they all come from the same mold, so it might just be the camera that they're using, I'm not sure. But they do look a little, like just very small differences from video to video that I see. Some people have like dried up glue in the hair when they get it. That didn't happen to me. Some people have like hair sticking around the hairline. It's sticking to the mask. That did happen to me. I just had to rub it off. It's still there in some small areas like there. I mean, you can just kind of, it's, sorry, the camera's out of focus now. Let's see how long it takes for it to go back into focus. There we go. Yeah, the flesh tone on the neck looks really good. I highly recommend this mask, and I'm sure some people are probably gonna beat me to it and do the Halloween 2 mask with this before I do, but I have like no way of making money ever, so it'll take me a while before I have the money to do that. And I think I'd rather buy like a Halloween Resurrection mask before I buy a second Elrod mask, because I might ruin the mask anyway and then it would be a waste of money. Yeah, I give this mask a 8 out of 10. It's really nice. There are some small flaws that kind of vary from mask to mask. It doesn't apply to all of them, but I've heard some people have some problems and other people have other problems. But yeah, this one is really nice. I'm really happy with it. The hairline on some of them is off. Like I've seen one video and the hairline was kind of slanted like downward very slightly. It wasn't like as dramatic of an angle, but just so you get the idea, it was kind of sloped downward like that. On some people's it's like too far down, like it starts there. Something else I've noticed, unlike the original Halloween 2 mask, this is a wig that's glued on. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on camera. But you might be able to see it a little bit where there's like netting from the wig. It is just a wig glued on instead of it being, I mean, it might be glued on by hand, but it's not like the hand laid hair like the original Halloween 2 mask. I thought I'd point that out also. I'm sure someone is probably going to take one of these at some point and like put way better hair on it and repaint it, and it'll look even closer to the Halloween 1 mask, but I'm happy with this the way it is. So eventually I'd like to do like full costume shots with this, but again, I'd rather, actually I don't think I said this earlier, this is my second time recording this and I might have said it the first time I did this, but my coveralls are a little weird because I'm a size small long and my mom got me a medium long, and she just kind of got the cheapest one she could find, which I understand because I'm kind of spoiled sometimes, so I can see why she would want to get the cheapest ones. But that's something else I'd rather save up and get my own pair of coveralls. She got me the Dickies ones, which are really good coveralls, except the collar is too small. That's why I wore the trench coat instead of the coveralls in the worn shots of this video, because the collars are bigger and they flare out better. The Dickies coveralls have a really small collar, so I'd rather find coveralls that have a bigger collar that just look a lot better in general. Also a more accurate color. I know in the first movie they were charcoal, but I honestly prefer the way they look with spruce green. I think that I just prefer the way it looks that way. And then it can double for Halloween 2 if I want to. Also, I'm sure no one was really wondering, but Even better than displaying like really any Michael Myers masks or any full head masks. Displaying them on mannequin heads, it works, but it's not the best because mannequin heads can fall over sometimes, or they're just not the best. They're expensive sometimes. I use Hawaiian punch bottles. I'll see if I can get the mask off. I just cut off the top where the cap is, which I normally need to do with a saw because the plastic is really thick around the top for some reason. So I normally need to use a saw or a knife to cut it off instead of just scissors. And I put duct tape where the eyes of the mask line up, and it fits around most pullover masks pretty well. My head's a little bigger than this, so that gives you an idea of the size of my head. And I mean, this is a smaller mask, so okay, that's on a little weird, but it works. On some masks where the neck might be longer, it'll drag against the shelf or table, whatever you have it on. So you would need to kind of adjust for that. You can take like a Tupperware container and put that on top of the bottle, so there's more for the mask to sit on. But yeah, Hawaiian punch bottles are definitely a good base for any pullover masks. So start drinking Hawaiian punch.